What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got some promo Transformers cards. We have for a couple sets anyway, gotten promos to celebrate the release of a new set. And now with Wave 5, we are getting promos to celebrate the release of the new set. One of them is not terribly interesting. The other three, ladies and gentlemen, they are very interesting indeed. Starting off with the less interesting one, we're getting a new head. We're getting Arcana. The third head we've seen so far. I will of course link all the others in the description. It's not terribly exciting. It's a 4-star character that gives you +2 defense, and remember that this will give you +2 defense whether you are a body or whether you are a vehicle, etc. in alt mode. It's +2 defense. Then when the Titan Master gets KO'd, the body goes to the KO area, the bot gets deployed, and we've got a 4/2/2 character with no skill that can't flip. Oh. Once again, you're extremely weak. Once again, you will be one-hit KO'd by marksmanship. The good news is you've got an attack of 4 and you're a melee character. Attack of 4 isn't good, but on a 4-star head, it's actually quite nice. And then you can take advantage of being a melee character, use stuff like Power Sword, etc., and maybe get one big swing. And I talked about this in a previous video. If you're going to be deploying super weak characters, you might as well do it to get one big swing, because they ain't going to last much longer. So I'm not hugely in favor of Arcana, but we're also getting Tidal Wave, an actual combiner, and it is a combiner, firstly, that breaks the rules of the game, and secondly, that can only be gotten as a promo. So let's start off looking at the constituent parts, shall we? They're boats. Boats, boats, boats. Because there's 3 of them and they're all boats. Now, we might as well start off with the one that actually does the combining. We've got Tidal Wave Battleship. Now, it's got stealth, which is to say that enemies attack other characters if able, and it's an 8-star character. They're all 8-star characters. Attack of 4, health of 10, defense of 1 is not great for an 8-star character. We would expect a little bit more, boo, hiss, etc. But you've got stealth, so you can basically say, look, attack other people for now, alright? Go after the others. And when your second character is KO'd this game, and you had Tidal Wave Darkfleet Aircraft Carrier, and Tidal Wave Darkfleet Transport on your starting team, combine them with this into Tidal Wave Darkfleet. So basically, you've got to play the 3 parts of Tidal Wave, and then as long as the battleship is the last one standing, when the other 2 get KO'd, you get to combine. Now, this is important because the other 2 parts don't combine. The only combination you actually get is when the battleship is your last one of the 3 remaining. If the battleship goes down before both the others, you don't get the combination, which helps to explain why it's got stealth. I would say in alt mode, but remember they're combiners, there is no bot mode. They essentially flip only when they combine. So, as long as you don't do silly things like attack with it first so it is the only viable target, you'll probably be okay. Of course, it's got an attack of 4 and the others have attack of 1 or 0, so you will actually want to attack with it first. But if you attack with it first and leave it as the only one tapped, it becomes the only valid target, and your opponent will go after it because it's the only one they can go after, and that's going to lead you to a lack of combination. It's very reminiscent of Omega Supreme in this regard. Remember, Omega Supreme was the same kind of deal. Now, the combination mechanic was slightly different. If you had the spaceship or the tank, when your opponent reshuffles their deck, if you had the other ones on your battlefield or in your KO area, you combine them, but the base didn't do the combining, so if the base was the only one remaining when they reshuffled their deck, combination was turned off. Same thing here. If the battleship goes down too early, combination is off. But we've got really cool mechanics going on otherwise. You see, the aircraft character is an 8-star, with 1 attack, 6 health, 2 defense. The defense is quite good, but 1 attack, 6 health on an 8-star is garbage. However, this game starts with a plane or helicopter under it that has 4 stars or fewer. As a quick side note, no, we don't have a 4-star helicopter at the moment. The best one we have, the smallest one we have at least, is Alpha Bravo. Alpha Bravo is a 5-star helicopter, so it won't work here. We've got to have a 4-star helicopter. Does this guarantee that we're getting a 4-star helicopter in Wave 5? No, definitely not. It could be future-proofing. We do have 4-star planes, so just don't make too many assumptions here. Maybe we will get one, but let's not be making any assumptions, eh? And then when this attacks, or is KO'd, or combines, you deploy the character from under this to the battlefield in alt mode. So you basically get to break the rules. This is what I meant when I said break the rules. You've got 3 8-star characters, that's 24 stars. It gives you 1 star spare to play a star card, or indeed a stratagem. We haven't seen any stratagems that would work for this, but maybe we'll see one soon. However, you're also playing another 4-star character here, so you're actually up to 29 stars. We are very literally breaking the rules of the game. We are breaking the rule of the game that says you're not actually supposed to have more than 25 stars, and we're not even worried about it. What do we want in terms of a 4-star plane? We've actually got 2 that see quite a lot of play at the moment. Night Flight and Stormcloud. They are both 4-star planes, and they have both been part of really good winning decks lately. And they're not phenomenal cards around which to build a deck, but they're very good support characters. We've got Raider Night Flight, which you scrap 3 green icon cards from your hand, and your opponent does 3 damage to one of their characters. It's a tap skill. But if you scrap 3 of the same, you get to repair 3 damage from one of your characters with your combiner. And then we got Stormcloud that again, tap skill, scrap 3 green icon cards from your hand, and one of your characters gets bold 3, unless you scrap 3 of the same, in which case they get bold 6. So these are nice little characters. And these are certainly my first reactions when I look at this. These are the little planes that see the most play. But I didn't actually finish telling you what the skill did. Because see, you don't just deploy it, but if you're attacking, you get an extra attack this turn with the deployed character. And alright, Raider Stormcloud's got an attack of 3 and Raider Nightflight's got an attack of 3. They're not phenomenal attacks, but they're extra attacks. You literally get to attack again. That's phenomenal. And this carries on when we have a look at the transport. You see, the transport starts the game with a car, truck, or tank under it with 4 stars or fewer. So now we're up to a 33-star deck. And when this attacks, or combines, or is KO'd, you deploy the character from under this onto the battlefield in alt mode, and if it deploys while you're attacking, you do get an extra attack this turn, but only with the deployed character. Make no mistake about it, ladies and gentlemen, this is phenomenal. This is basically saying we started with a 3-wide team, but it actually turns into a 5-wide team, and if you play this correctly, you should get 2 extra attacks. So you're breaking the attacking once per turn rule, and you're breaking the 25 stars rule. The characters in and of themselves aren't great. The stats aren't great. And we'll get to the combiner in a minute. The combiner is fine, but it's not stunning. But because you get the 2 extra characters and the 2 extra attacks, that covers pretty much all the weaknesses we're seeing here. It makes us forgive an awful lot. Now, in terms of 4-star car, truck, or tank, we have many more options, and I'm not finding it quite as easy to choose. Private Stakeout has got a tap skill whereby you scrap a white icon card, flip one of your characters to its other mode, Probably better in a deck where characters have other modes. But how about Raider Detour? Probably my favourite here. You tap, scrap a blue icon card from your hand, and draw 2 cards. But as with all of this, Raider Detour might be good in a blue deck, but if you're not playing many blue icons, probably not a great idea to go ahead and use this. Might want to play a different card. In terms of tanks, we've got a couple that are all right. I like Private Top Shot. It's got the scrap an orange icon card from your hand and tap it. Draw 2 cards, put a card from your hand on top of your deck. The problem is you want the extra attack, and when it comes in with the extra attack, you've only got an attack of 1. And we're really wanting to try and maximize what we can do here. Don't get me wrong, we do want to have extra skills and fun, but we really want to be able to get an extra attack in and really smash quite nicely. Honestly, probably my favourite is a truck. It's Private Fix-It. Tap skill, scrap a white icon card from your hand. You're going to be playing some of them. And then both players scrap their hands and draw 4 cards. And you've got an attack of 3 when you come in. Incidentally, 3 is about the most we're getting here. So that sounds like fun. So all of a sudden here, we've got 2 extra characters, 2 extra attacks, and a lot more excitement. What about the combiner itself? It's fine. The combiner itself has an attack of 7, which is high, but it's not stunning. A health of 21, which is the same that Optimus Prime has got, or Autobot Cosmos has got, and they ain't combiners. So, yeah. And we've got a defense here of 2, which is the average for an 8-star character. Let's not get carried away. Fine stats, not particularly great stats. As for the skill, when you combine, you tap an enemy, and that's nice. You tap an enemy, they're not going to be attacking next turn, but it's a one-shot thing. You tap them, and that's it. After that, it's a vanilla character. It's a combiner, so again, you get to keep 1 utility, 1 armor, 1 weapon from all of your characters combined, 1 of each maximum. And you take all the damage from all of those characters. And I will say that the characters add up to 21. So you're not gaining any extra health there. And even in terms of traits, it's a ranged character but nothing else. You can use the marksmanship card I mentioned earlier, or armed hovercraft. But it's not terribly stunning. As a side note, we can also see that the battleship is ranged. They're all boats, but we have no support for boats whatsoever. And then we've got the aircraft carrier and transport being specialists, which means you can take advantage of... Well, you can use multi-tool, but you can't use multi-mission gear because multi-mission gear got banned. Whoopsie. And you can also use field communicator. You're playing extra cards. Playing extra cards is good. I'm not terribly impressed by the combiner. I'm not offended, it's fine, I'm just not impressed. And I'm not impressed by the stats of any of these free boats. And the combination mechanic is awkward, because if you're not terribly careful or your opponent plays too much cheeky damage, they can take down the battleship and turn off combination. But the real hook of Tidal Wave here is you're playing 2 extra characters and getting 2 extra attacks. That makes me extremely happy indeed. Arcana I'm not particularly impressed with. But look, you may well end up in a deck where you just go, I need more health on this body. I need more defense. I just need to survive a little bit longer. Now, in terms of health, we've got Energy Pack, and there are plenty of armors that can give you extra defense, but they can all be removed. Wouldn't it be nice if you had a head that couldn't be removed to give the extra defense? That could be fun. Regardless, these are cool promos. Getting a combiner just for going to a release event is nuts good. So I'm going to go to a release event. I'm going to find one. It's going to be awesome. Might I recommend that you all go and have a chat at one too? But I want to know what you think about this, ladies and gentlemen. I want to know what you think about Arcana. I want to know what you think about Tidal Wave. I just want to know your thoughts on all this. So let me know in the comment section. Go nuts, be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and follow me on Twitter at the Wossy, where we talk Transformers and frankly any other games that take our fancy. And do please consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.